Have you ever stopped to think that the biggest transformations in your life were never posted? No one celebrated when you chose not to give up on that project at 2 in the morning. No one saw you take a deep breath before forgiving. No one applauded when you closed TikTok and opened a book for the 5th time in a row. And yet, it was in that silence that something inside you began to change. This has a name: silent evolution. Napoleon Hill discovered that successful men and women with lasting victory and real abundance were not the most talented, nor the luckiest. They were the ones who mastered an almost forgotten art, transforming themselves from within before showing any results on the outside. And the most incredible thing, this doesn't require years. Studies in neuroplasticity show that with intentional consistency, your brain already begins to reconfigure habits, beliefs, and emotional responses in just 21 days. But be warned, this is not just another lightning challenge. It's a calling, an inner journey, an alliance between you, your deepest wisdom, and something greater: God, who has already planted in you everything you need to live in prosperity and authentic happiness. In the next few minutes, I will guide you through a 3-phase journey, each one designed not only to create habits, but to forge a new identity. And in the end, you will understand why millionaires, leaders, the truly free, don't announce their battles. They simply win them in silence. Shall we begin? The first battle of your success doesn't happen in the office, nor in the gym, nor on social media. It begins in the dim light of the room, at 5:42 in the morning, the exact moment the alarm clock vibrates, and your body whispers, just 5 more minutes. It is there, in that microsecond of choice, that you decide: will you be governed by impulse or by purpose? Napoleon Hill called this the test of daily self-discipline. And it is surprisingly simple. Do you honor your word to yourself, even when no one is watching? Getting up at the first ring isn't about being productive. It's a silent affirmation. I respect myself enough to keep my commitments. And when you repeat this 7 times in a row, something changes inside you. Not by magic, but by practical wisdom. The brain begins to associate discipline with self-confidence. After getting up, create a 7-minute ritual. 1 minute of conscious breathing, thanking God for another day of grace. 3 minutes reading a passage that nourishes your soul. Proverbs 4, verse 7 is a great start. Wisdom is the principal thing, so get wisdom. And 3 minutes writing a sentence like, today, I am the one who keeps promises. In the first 3 days, your old mind will resist. With artificial sleep, with plausible justifications, with that voice that seems reasonable, but is, in fact, the last defense of mediocrity. It's normal. But here's the secret that few tell. Victory is not the absence of resistance. It's the decision to move forward despite it. And when you get through these 7 days without breaking the cycle, you're not just training your body, you're rewriting your identity. In silent code, I am someone who can be trusted, especially by myself. At the end of the week, something almost imperceptible happens. You no longer want to go back under the covers. You choose the silence of the early morning as a sanctuary, because there, far from the noise of the world, you are building the foundation of your silent evolution. And this foundation, it sustains everything that will come next, including the most dangerous and transformative phase of the journey. Here begins what Napoleon Hill called the Valley of Productive Doubt. Your morning habits are already ingrained, but now, something new emerges: boredom. The body can no longer resist, it only asks, is this really going to lead anywhere? It is at this moment that 78% of people give up, not because of failure, but because of impatience. They expect visible victory in 7 days, and forget that even the strongest trees spend months growing underground before sprouting. But you understand that true abundance isn't luck, it's structure. And structure requires friction. 3 simple, but not easy, practices define this phase. First, daily deep work. 9 uninterrupted minutes, with your phone on airplane mode, door closed, and a single purpose: to advance 1 centimeter on your most important project. A millionaire isn't born from viral posts. They are born from unfilmed hours of protected focus like a treasure. Second, purposeful physical movement. It's not about burning calories, it's about declaring to your body, I am present. I am alive. I am in control. A walk with prayer. A series of push-ups with gratitude. Transform exercise into practical worship. Even the psalmist knew, strengthen me, O God, according to your word. Third, conscious abstinence from mental noise. Choose 2 hours a day, perhaps after lunch. And cut out all passive input. News. Random videos. Silent comparisons. Protect your mind. Like a temple. Because wisdom doesn't enter where chaos dwells. At the end of each day, spend 90 seconds writing. Today, I honored my pact when. This isn't self-praise. It's neurological reprogramming. Your brain begins to associate discipline with genuine happiness. Not the kind from fleeting entertainment, but the kind from a clear conscience. And yes, the external results are still invisible. But something has already changed. When someone provokes you, you breathe before responding. When a distraction arises, you choose to return. Without drama. Without guilt. This isn't willpower. It's silent evolution in action. And when you reach day 14, you will realize the greatest challenge of the next phase will not be fatigue. It will be the silence of someone who no longer needs to prove anything. Not even to themselves. In the last 7 days, the threat no longer comes from laziness, but from subtle complacency. Your old mind now speaks in a softer voice. You have evolved enough. You can relax a little. It sounds wise. It sounds reasonable. But it's the same serpent from Genesis. It just changed its scales. And it is here that most of the almost millionaires, almost fulfilled, almost free, lose the final push. They stop 2 steps before the miracle. Because victory is not just about starting. It's about finishing the cycle. 21 days is not arbitrary. It's the minimum time the brain needs to record a new way of being. Not as effort, but as identity. 3 practices will seal this transformation. First, visualization with active faith. Upon waking, before your cell phone, close your eyes and feel what it's like to act as the person you are becoming. Serene in the face of chaos. Firm in decision. Grateful in scarcity. The Bible says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, And visualizing with emotion is exercising that faith in motion. Second, reprogramming internal speech. Every time you think, "I'm tired," replace it with, "I'm in process." When the thought comes, "Is this worth it?" answer, "My soul already knows the answer." Words don't describe your reality. They build it. And wisdom begins when you govern your mind, like a king governs his kingdom, with justice, but without negotiating with chaos. Third, celebration of invisible victories. Write in your notebook, "Today, I remained calm when." "Today, I chose silence instead of reaction." This is not vanity. It is anchoring. Each small victory recorded is a brick in inner prosperity, the kind that generates happiness even before financial abundance arrives. On the 21st day, something surprising happens. You no longer want to return to the old pattern. The morning ritual is no longer a duty. It is your sacred moment. The silence is no longer empty. It is space where God and your own wisdom can be heard. You are no longer trying to evolve. You are someone in silent evolution. And that changes everything. But beware. Completing the 21 days is not the end. It's the birth. Because now, you need to decide. Will this journey be an experiment? Or a philosophy of life? Finishing the 21 days isn't like crossing a finish line. It's like giving birth. The intense work is over. But now life begins with the new being. And it needs to be nurtured, protected, taught. Every day. Many make a silent mistake here. They relax, thinking that they have already changed. But silent evolution isn't an event. It's a state of loving vigilance over oneself. 5 simple, yet powerful anchors ensure that your transformation doesn't regress. First, daily acknowledgement of the journey. Before sleeping, close your eyes and say in a low voice, "Today, I remained faithful." This isn't vague self-affirmation. It's a renewal of the inner pact. And when you repeat this regularly, you are training your soul to trust you, as God trusts those who walk in integrity. Second, frequent purpose review. Set a reminder on your phone, every Monday, reread why you started. Because success without purpose is just movement, and prosperity without meaning becomes a gilded prison. Your deepest wisdom already knows, what is not watered with intention, withers. Third, conscious selection of stimuli. Ask yourself daily, what am I letting into me? A minute of toxic news can erase 20 minutes of wise reading. A negative comment can overshadow an hour of gratitude. Protect your mind like a garden, only plant what you want to harvest: peace, clarity, courage. Wednesday. Strategic silence as strength. Stop announcing your goals. Stop seeking premature validation. True abundance is born in secrecy, like the seed that sprouts in the dark earth, out of sight, but nourished by something greater. Thursday. Daily recommitment to the small. Every morning, make a small promise and keep it. Drink a glass of water upon waking. Give thanks for 3 things before breakfast. Say no to a distraction. Every promise kept is a deposit of self-confidence. And your emotional account begins to accrue interest and peace. This isn't perfection. It's layered faithfulness. And when you live like this, day after day, your life begins to emit a different frequency. People don't know what changed, but they feel it. There's a calmness in your gaze, A firmness in your voice. A silent hope. That doesn't depend on circumstances. It's in that moment that you understand. You're not seeking happiness. You're living from it. The most powerful transformation of your life will never be a TikTok trend. No one will stitch together the moment you chose discipline instead of entertainment. No algorithm will celebrate the night when, instead of complaining, you prayed. Instead of giving up, you wrote another line. Instead of comparing yourself, you gave thanks. But God saw. Your conscience saw. And something inside you, older than fear, stronger than doubt, recognized. This is the way. This is the man or woman I was created to be. You don't need to explain why you wake up early. You don't need to justify your silence. You don't need to announce your progress. Because true victory doesn't ask for a stage. It creates a legacy. Napoleon Hill wrote that all great achievements begin with a private mental act. The decision to believe before seeing.